Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I posted the spoiler-free LEGO Movie 2 review, and now I'm going to be talking about the spoiler LEGO Movie 2 review. So yeah, as stated by the name, this review will contain heavy spoilers for the LEGO Movie 2, so if you do not want to be spoiled, please do leave the video now. So yeah, we're going to be talking about spoilers. So we'll get right into it. I love how the movie kind of picks up where the last one left off, and then gives us the time skip, as opposed to giving us the time skip right away. I liked how we got to see, I thought it was very funny how Emmett tries to use the same strategy he used with Lord Business with the Duplos, and that was really funny. I love the whole Duplo fighting scene at the beginning, where they can't defeat these cute Duplos, and I think that was really funny. Now, this is where the time skip comes into play, and I think the whole transition was done really nicely, with Lucy kind of narrating it, and then we get to see it. And of course, Emmett hasn't changed at all in this time, and that's what really makes him an amazing character, and a very admirable character. He's very charming, and he's very innocent, and I think that's what definitely sets him apart from other characters. And that's really cool. I mean, I love it. He is the chosen one, but he's so innocent, and he's not really one of a kind. And I think that's what really made the original movie so spectacular. Yeah, back to this movie. Pretty much the frequent alien attacks have given us a post-apocalyptic setting, and that's cool. And we soon get introduced to Sweet Mayhem, who is pretty much the general of the Sistar system. And yeah, we don't really know much about her character other than that, and that she is a Lego doll, and underneath the helmet, she does have some crazy hair. But that's kind of all we learn about her. But I do think she still is a cool character. As a villain, she is definitely very intimidating, and she's really cool, especially when she fights Lucy and just kidnaps all of those guys. So that was fun. I also want to say that I love Batman's role in this new society as the leader, as, like the informal leader, and that was really funny. I liked it. I mean, it's definitely very fitting for Batman. And yeah, Batman was really funny, how he just gets defeated by Sweet Mayhem right away. They do get kidnapped, and the scene where Lucy does say goodbye to Emmett as she's getting taken away is very, very emotional, and then Emmett pretty much gets kicked out. I loved how we got to see some of the old characters and those references like Abraham Lincoln and Velma, and that was very cool. That was very funny. And again, yeah, I really love the humor in this movie. Now, I do want to talk about Rex Dangervest, and this was definitely the biggest plot twist of the movie. I really didn't see this coming, and if anyone had told me beforehand that this was going to happen, I would have looked at them as if they were crazy. But yeah, big spoiler coming here. It turns out Rex Dangervest isn't really Rex Dangervest. He is Emmett from the future. And if you're watching this video just to get spoilers, and you want to know, allow me to explain. So pretty much, Rex Dangervest, when he was Emmett in LEGO Movie 2, Emmett goes into space to search for his friends, right? Well, pretty much what happens is, in this reality, Emmett actually gets stranded in another system called the Dryer system, which in the real world is a dryer, and he's just left under this dryer for years, really. And eventually he escapes, but by the end of that, he's changed and he's toughened up. And now he is Rex Dangervest. He goes back in time in order to save Emmett, and in order to save the Emmett that we know from the past LEGO movie, and he goes back in time to save Emmett and to, make sure that he doesn't get stuck under the dryer system. But what happens actually is that Emmett doesn't toughen up, he doesn't harden at all, and he doesn't change, so this creates a paradox, and Rex Dangervest is pretty much erased. What I really loved about this movie is that Rex Dangervest was a great villain. You didn't even see it coming, and he is actually Emmett, but he's not Emmett at the same time. He's a different character, really. And I think that was done really, really well. I don't think anyone really could have seen this coming. But it's definitely no coincidence that they were both voiced by Chris Pratt, and they both kind of look the same. Rex Dangervest is pretty much an older-looking version of Emmett. And I noticed that, midway through the movie. So, yeah, shame on me. But anyways, I think Rex Dangervest's fate in this movie is different. It is different than any of the other LEGO movie villains. With the past 3 LEGO movies, you had Lord Business, the Joker, and Garmadon, who all turned good at the end of the movie. But in this movie, Rex Dangervest does kind of turn good and accepts his fate, but he does fade from existence. So I guess you could say he dies. So yeah, that is different. But I really like that storyline a lot. I think the Sistar System storyline was also really fun to watch. It was very funny. Whatever Wanabe is a really funny character, but she doesn't really have her own identity. And that is, of course, because even in the movie, she doesn't have her own identity. She's constantly changing. But I think what's cool about her backstory is that she was actually created by Emmett in the beginning of the movie when he builds the heart. And that actually is whatever Wanabe's true form. And it was really cool. Didn't see that coming at all. But yeah, I really like that. And I think the Sister System storyline with the music and all, I think the songs were done really well in this movie. And the song getting stuck in your head thing was pretty funny for the most part. And yeah, but Batman flossing, that was very, very funny. And I also like some of the other touches in the Sister System storyline, like Bruce Willis wandering around the vents. That's pretty funny. And yeah, I really did like the way they did it. Even down to the wedding where whatever Wanabe, pretty much uses reverse psychology to get Batman to want to propose to her. And I thought that was hilarious. It definitely shows how weak Batman is and how much of an egotistical, arrogant person Batman is in the Lego movie. But that's what makes his character really funny and really, really unique. So I really love that. And other characters in this movie, such as Superman and Gandalf, were very funny. I loved how Gandalf was holding a parking sign, a no parking sign, possibly a reference to "You shall not pass." Anyway, that was very, very funny, and I loved all the smaller characters in this movie as well. The main characters, the main cast from Lego Movie did return for the most part, except Vitruvius, really. He wasn't seen except from the recycled footage from the old movie. But yeah, not many of the major characters from the last movie did much in this movie. Unikitty, Benny, and Metalbeard didn't really do that much in this movie. I mean, they were there, but they were shown to be kind of weaker in this movie, as they were easily brainwashed by the Sistar system. But that's kind of fine, because it gave more emphasis to Emmett and Wildstyle, or Lucy, and it also allowed more time to focus on new characters. And that was fine. I mean, it didn't just give us these old characters, it gave us new characters as well. And I think that is what a sequel should do. And I think that was done really nicely. We still got enough of the old characters. And on the real world side of things, the old movie, the last movie was father and son relationship. This one is about brother and sister, and it's very charming and really relatable. And I thought the theme about, growing up and loss of innocence was done really well. I loved Will Ferrell's wearing my pants reference, and that was done hilariously. Even with the mom stepping on the bricks, and of course the bad puns in this movie, just like the last movie with the Craggle. This movie had the bin of storage and Armageddon, and that was hilarious. I mean, I love, they're just bad puns. Anyone can think of them, really, but they're just done really hilariously. And I think that is what's great about this movie. Even the end credit scene, if you stuck around to not the end credit scene, I mean the end credits, the first end credits that were rolling, that music is hilarious. If you watch it, you'd know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, I thought the movie for the most part was done very well. I don't think anyone really could have predicted the plot twist, and it was very funny, it was very hilarious, just like the last movie, but it was very serious as well, and there was a lot of emotion, and there were some darker scenes as well. And I think that's why this movie is amazing. It's not just blatant product placement so much, it has its own story, it has its own voice, it has its own emotion, and it is also hilarious. And I think that's why this movie succeeds a lot. I would say that this movie is not as good as the original one. The original one was a brand new concept at the time, and I don't think any movie will ever be better than that one. Any Lego movie, that is. But I do think I can safely say that this is better than the Ninjago movie, and definitely as good as the Batman movie. Overall, this is a great sequel, and I loved all the plot twists that this threw at us. And I do feel like this movie was a little bit more plot-driven than the last Lego movie. And I think it was great. I love the new cast of characters, and Emmett's development throughout this story was really cool. And overall, it's a great movie. And my only problem with it would be gender stereotypes. Like you had Rex Dangerous, who's all into like dinosaurs and all this kind of stuff. That's pretty much like the embodiment of a boy stereotype. And then you had the whole Duplo Kingdom with the glitters and sparkles and all that kind of stuff, which was kind of a little bit more on the girl stereotype side. But other than that, I think the movie was done really well. And I would probably have to give it a 9 out of 10 or higher. I think this movie was great, and it is definitely worth seeing if you haven't yet. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know, and I will see you next time.